Hello and welcome 11 commerce students. Today in this business studies class I will end the chapter insurance. So today two important topics I will discuss. Today's class I have divided into two segments. One is for fire insurance, another is for marine insurance. So first I will talk about fire insurance. I told you that general insurance can be divided into again various groups. The two important groups are one fire insurance and the other one is marine insurance. In the first segment of this class I will discuss about this fire insurance. Now in case of fire insurance policy, the insurer agrees to compensate for the loss or damage caused due to fire to the insured. For this, the insured pays a lump sum amount of premium from time to time for a certain period of time, and after the expiry of that period he has to again renew the insurance policy. The insured has to again renew the insurance policy after the expiry of a certain period of time for which the insurance has been made. Generally insurance, these fire insurance is made for 1 year, and after 1 year, after the expiry of this 1 year, the contract is renewed. Not only in case of fire insurance but also other types of general insurance, other categories of general insurance, other insurances which fall under the category of insurance, just like fire insurance, marine insurance also is yearly, it is made on a yearly basis. That means the contractual agreement every year it renews. On the expiry of 1 year it renews. General insurance, it is the rule of general insurance that the policy is first made on yearly basis. Every year it is renewed, and the premium has to be paid on lump sum or according to the contractual agreement, but from time to time the premium is payable on the because of the any unforeseen fire occurrence. If any unfortunate fire occurrence is there, and for that reason this fire insurance policy is made. The premium is payable, I told you, either lump sum or according to the policy made. This fire insurance generally covers the loss of any fire which has accidentally caused and not intentionally caused. For example, if someone plans to recover or take out all the amount from the insurance company, if he wants to fetch all the amount that he has invested from the insurance company, and for this reason he intentionally causes a fire in the company, and if the insurance company with their agents, with their employees finds it out that the fire has caused intentionally and not accidentally, then they can sue a case against the company where fire has been occurred. So there should be sufficient reason of accidental occurrence of any fire. There should be sufficient proof, there should be evident enough that the fire has occurred accidentally and not intentionally. Then and only then, if the insurance company finds their terms and conditions to be fulfilled, and if they are satisfied with the investigation that carries on in the insurance that carries on in the company where fire has been occurred, where fire has broke out, if they finds the evidence clear, if they finds that they are satisfied with all kind of investigation that they are making, then only they can make a calculation of which amount to be paid as a compensation to the company who has suffered the loss due to fire. Now what amount they will pay as a compensation? Let's see it through a sum. Suppose the sum assured, through an example I will show you, through a policy example I will show you how they finds out the amount to be paid. For example, if the value of a property, if suppose the value of a property is rupees 1 lakh, is the value of a property is rupees 1 lakh, it is stated, and the policy is taken for 80,000. The policy value, the policy of insurance is rupees 80,000. This is the policy, and the loss due to the fire, sudden occurrence of fire, the loss of property worth rupees 50,000. The loss due to fire worth rupees 50,000. These are the three amount. This is the value of property, this is the policy value for which insurance has been made, and this is the loss. Then how will somebody find that what is the claim that they are going to get from the loss due to fire? There is a small sum. The sum is the amount of claim is equal to amount of claim to be received is equal to sum is assured by policy, sum of policy by value of property value into actual loss This is the sum through which we will find out what is the amount of claim to be received by a company who has suffered a damage, a loss due to fire. So this formula you have to imply to find it out. So 80,000 by 1 lakh, 80,000 by 1 lakh into 50,000. This is the calculation that one has to made as per this sum. So it will be rupees 40,000. So rupees 40,000 will be the claim that is to be received by the company who has suffered the loss. Rupees 40,000 will be the claim. So as you can see, the claim is always less than the policy taken out and always less than the loss suffered, because one cannot make a profit out of this accident. One cannot make a profit out of this loss, out of this fire, whether it is accidentally or intentionally, whatever it is, they cannot make a profit out of this occurrence. There will be the claim will be always less than the policy taken out and always less than the loss. In this way the sum has been made. This is all about fire insurance. Now talking about marine insurance. Marine insurance is a contract of indemnity where the insurance company agrees to compensate the insured for the loss or damage to the ship that is in the transit. So any loss or damage in the ship or in the cargo of the ship or freight on account of the marine perils, all the loss or dangerous things, all the sea perils that are being faced and all the losses due to these marine perils are covered up by marine insurance. So marine insurance is a contract of indemnity whereby the insurance company assures the shipping company to for the loss caused due to marine perils, the loss caused due to marine in transit of in the sea, in transit in the ship, whether it is of the ship, whether it is of the cargo, whatever it is, whatever loss is faced during the marine adventure, during the sea journey, that is waterway journey, whatever loss or damage caused during the water journey, or that is the waterways travel, that loss is covered up by the marine insurance company. So marine insurance company is a contract of indemnity wherein the insurance company agrees to compensate the insured for the loss or damage to the ship or the cargo or the freight on account of marine perils. Various perils may occur. Ship can collide, storms can be there, sea storms can be there, which is very common, or the ship can be captured by pirates, or it can cause fire, or a ship can sink. So many dangerous things can occur accidentally. So for this, the loss that is suffered by the shipping company, will be compensated by the marine insurance, by the contract of marine insurance by an insurance company. This is all about marine insurance. So today I end the class with this fire insurance and marine insurance. I hope you will prepare the chapter well. Whatever query you have, I will try to answer it during the online classes. You will get all the answers ready in the PDF. If you see a description box, just click the link to get the PDF of the answers. Till then, goodbye.